Hey! So today I decided to do a little thrift flip. I found a sweatshirt at my local thrift store. It's called Rescue Treasures. They do great work in my community. I highly suggest trying to find a thrift store that really caters to your community and outreach to the people that are here rather than like Goodwill, unless Goodwill's the only one you have. Today I found this sweatshirt. It's a black sweatshirt. It has a front detail here, and then it has a big print on the back as well. The idea is to do a bleach tie-dye on this. And to cover up, I don't like the logos. Obviously, they're just some local towing companies. There's some local tow companies logos on here, so I want to get rid of that and the big back one. So my idea for that is to first sew on some patch of this millennial pink fabric that I ended up getting. I think we're gonna go because of this pink, I'm thinking of a kind of Broken Hearts, Lonely Hearts Club. Like, we'll figure it out. We're gonna put some vinyl text over this, which I'm using the scissor brand from Michaels, and I use this on my Cricut machine that my grandma just bought me for my birthday. So this whole part, the vinyl and fabric part, can be done with a thrifted band t-shirt or some sort of t-shirt that has like a logo, character or something on it that you really like that maybe doesn't fit or has some holes in it or something. You can upcycle that instead of doing this part. I usually would do that myself, but I really wanted to do something with my new machine that I got, so we're going to try that out. And I haven't done any heat vinyl with this machine yet, so we will see how that works out. I've only done any sticker vinyl. Cost wise, this sweatshirt was like about $5.60. The fabric I got with a 40% off coupon, and it was $1.20 for a half a yard, which is great. So, and I'm not going to count what the cost of this vinyl was because it was $12 with a coupon. So take that as you will, because I'm not going to use this whole roll, obviously, for this whole project. So if you're doing the upcycle t-shirt version, it's only going to cost you maybe $6 or $7. So this is a really inexpensive way to get around a thrift flip. So if I was doing a commercial design for someone else, I would obviously be using Adobe fonts because those are free. They're commercially available for me to use for everything else. But since I'm making something for myself, I can use whatever website I want because copyright isn't an issue as long as it says that it's free for personal use. So today I'm going to start on DaFont. That's my favorite font site. I think most millennials my age used that in high school and in college as well. It's a pretty standard font website. A lot of people use it. And I'm going to go into let's go into Groovy first, because I think it would look cool if it had some sort of flowing font in a groovy style. Referencing specifically the Lil Wayne collaboration at American Eagle. I thought that would be cool. So obviously there's Keep on Truckin', which is a pretty standard, everyone uses it kind of font. That's a 70s groovy font. It's a great font, but I'm looking for something with a little bit more movement. I might have to end up editing that in Illustrator, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but I want to find one that has maybe a little bit more going on. Like I said, I think I'm going for Broken Hearts Club. I think that's the theme that I'm going to go with. I'm going to probably going to use a heart either at the bottom or the top of the lettering to kind of evoke that feeling. I might put something in the heart. I thought that'd be kind of cool too. Make it a little cutouts inside so you can see the pink from underneath. I like this heavy heap. It's kind of cool, and it reminds me, I think, closely of that font. Let me look that up first. You can see the back of this. It has these little leading swoops going up at the top of the characters. So this one kind of is similar. I like it. It's not too bad. Powerpuff Girls, it's actually really cute. And it could be cute because I like it has the heart on the eye, which is cool, but the problem is I'm not using an eye in anything, so it's really useless to me. Ooh, this Wicked 70s is cool. I kind of like it. This one's a little bit more flowy than that first one. Ooh, Flower Bold's cool. That could be cool with something else, though. I feel like I need to do something that's like not literally flower power, but something in that vein. But it could be cool. Ooh, Curvilingus looks really nice. I like that a lot, that G. Problem is, I don't have anything on. So I'm going to try typing in Broken Hearts Club and see if we can get better luck by searching with the lettering in there. I could change the tracking on this one, but it just doesn't really seem like it's worth the time. Ooh, this one, the psychedelic. I think this is what I'm going to go with. I think it's really cool. And it kind of has a old playing card kind of look to it to me. So let's go with that one. Because even if I don't end up changing the flow of it all, it still would look really cool stacked. So, okay, so that's installed. Let's go into Illustrator. I'm going to start with a 12 by 12 because that's what size my Cricut is, the cutting section. So let's create new. By 12. Make that nice and big. And then we'll use our font that we just downloaded. Yeah, that looks sick. I really like that. It's cool. Okay, so let's see what we can do with some warping. Just go like this. And this one, because we're doing something that's for us, we can kind of do whatever the fuck we want. So, make sure you have your preview on, obviously. This is arcing, so we don't want that. Let's do flag. Yeah, flagging looks cool. So, I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I really like this, the thickness to the thin. So I'm going to make sure I remember. I really like the flowing flag type of warping. And I'm going to do something that makes it easy for me to remember. I'm going to do a 30 going either way. So negative 30 to start. I like the big letter starting first so people can read it easier. So we'll do that. And then make one more. Just drag it down. And we're going to inverse that. So we want to make it a positive 30 now. So just change this right here to 30. And it makes it a positive. And so it'll fit right in to itself. And you know what? I'm not thinking this is dramatic enough, so I'm going to go with 40 to start. I think that'll be a little bit more dramatic. Yeah, I like that better. Sweet. Okay, so we want to make sure that they're spaced out pretty good. And then all I like to do, or what I like to do, is just to select both, and then I press the Option button. I'm using a Mac. And so we can drag and duplicate. And I kind of just guesstimate. This doesn't really have to be that perfect, in my opinion, because it's going on the back of a thrifted shirt or sweatshirt. And then Command D, and I'll do it again. It's duplicate. So it's looking a little bit busy or a little bit muddy in my opinion. So I might take out, let's see, no, I think maybe they need more spacing. Yeah, let's try that. So undo what we just did, pull this down. Yeah, that looks better. So we do what we did before and we kind of just add that spacing back in. Like I said, we're adding more space. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So we're going to go with that. This will be separate from the heart that I'm doing. I'm going to do the heart next because it needs to be on a separate piece of vinyl because this is filling up the vinyl, obviously. So we'll file, save, make sure we do a SVG. Okay, so for the heart, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is just search broken heart vector, see what we come up with. Oh, this is kind of cool, actually. I like this. This one right here, circle. I actually like it in the circle, too, so I might actually just blatantly use that. You obviously can make your own. I think that it's kind of a waste of time because I'm just making it for myself. It doesn't really matter who does the originals if I was making this for someone else, obviously. Oh, see, look. Broken Heart Social Club. Look at that. You could just use that if you want. I obviously want to do my own little dealio, but this is a really cool idea. And it's using a playing card theme, which I kind of mentioned before. So I might actually make it a broken heart on a playing card myself, but on a regular playing, on like a original playing card. It's not a bad idea. So let's try it out. Let's see. There might be layers that's holding it back. That's probably what it is. So yeah, so let's delete this black layer. And I kind of don't want these little bits at the bottom. I think that they're just going to get in the way when it comes to the vinyl cutting. So let's get rid of them. So I've decided that I'm just going to put the broken heart on the bottom of the text because I think that it'll look better. And like I said, I don't have really a ton of room for detail with using the vinyl cutter, so we're just going to go with it. And I think it'll look better on the front over a patch. Is what it is. I'm going to put a little Broken Heart Club underneath it. So let's go for that. Let's take this in here. Let's see. Make this black. Cool. Like I said, I really do like this in the circle. I think that I'm going to keep that for sure. Kind of helps with that wavy feel. The roundedness of it all. I'm going to put one of my little pieces of text underneath. Do that real quick. And I think I'm going to keep the distortion because I think it really helps it out. So I'm going to put this underneath, I think. No? I don't know. I guess I'm just going to put it in the center. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's make sure they're aligned to each other. Oops. Yeah, they are. Okay, so we're going to take these and we're going to cut them. See you soon. Okay, so the lighting is going to be garbage in here because our kitchen little area doesn't have too much natural light, unlike the rest of our house. But this next part, I just kind of guesstimated around, put the fabric down, laid over a 1/4 inch around. I'm just gonna sew around the edge. Simple, easy done. It'll be done in like 2 seconds. So now I just need to do same thing on the front. Easy. This next step is super simple. I've seen people use a fork, but I just use my 2 fingers. You go in the center, grab the center, and start spinning around. Then you want to make sure all of your arms, hoods, anything that's on the extremities goes in the same direction of your pattern that you've created using the turn. So I've pre-soaked my hoodie with water, and I'm applying a 2/3 bleach, 1/3 water mixture to the hoodie. I've seen people say that a 50-50 mixture works great. I find that it doesn't get it quite light enough for my liking, so I just amped it up a little bit. You shouldn't leave this on for longer than about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your form of lightness that you want. But I like the way that it turned out. Here I'm just flattening out any wrinkles that are in the fabric before I set down my vinyl. I've pre-cut the vinyl and set the heat press to its settings required by the vinyl. So every vinyl is going to be a little different as to what the temperature and time that is required for the heat setting. I like to do it a little bit of a cold peel. You can do it a hot peel. It really doesn't matter either way. Last, I'm adding the last couple elements to the back to make it look like that vintage playing card that I wanted it to look like. And after that, I'm going to heat set everything all together at once so everything is kind of evenly laid down and really set in there and won't budge later. I'm beyond happy with how this turned out. It turned out so sick. I'm going to be wearing this sweatshirt a lot. There's a few things that I would have done differently. One is sewing on the patches a little differently. I probably would have sewed them down or fray fixed or somehow laid down the edges before sewing it down, just so I didn't get some fraying that I'm getting on the corners. But honestly, it's Broken Hearts Club, so it's supposed to look a little worn, and it's obviously dye treated, so it's gonna look worn, which is kind of the point. So I'm not totally hating it at all. It's gonna age perfectly fine. Some changes I made while designing and figuring everything out while I was going, I ended up putting the text saying Broken Hearts Club going around here, and I really love the way it turned out. I made the little mid dots out of heart mid dots, which was super easy to find. You just search heart mid dots and you can pop them right in just like a normal mid dot that you would put in a text. I love the way the back turned out. It looks kind of like a vintage playing card with the two hearts going above and below. All I can say is this is one of my favorite things I've done in a long time, and it was under $10, which, how can you complain? You can't even get that at the old Forever 21 anymore. And it's something completely custom and up to you as to how you're going to make it. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. See ya.